video, we are going to analyze our question that asks what features they would change or add to our prototype. And so for me, this is number 2. It might be a different number for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to select the column, and I do that by selecting the letter above. And I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to select this button to wrap the text so I can see what's written. Okay, now if I deselected it by accident, I'm going to come back up here and just reselect F, and I'm going to hit Control C for me, or right click to copy. And then I'm going to go down to the plus sign, and I'm going to add a sheet. Okay, now it puts the sheet where I don't want it, so I'm going to slide it over, and I'm going to right click and hit rename, and I'm going to call this add. Then I'm going to go up to A1, and I'm going to Control V or right click and paste. Okay, so now this question is different than the others because they don't have options. They've given us their own wording, their own choices, so it's going to be harder for us to analyze. What we need to do is actually code it. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and click between here and just make this a little bit longer so it's easier to read. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go up to my first suggestion, which is more pockets. And I'm going to write as short as and sweet as I can. I can't really get shorter than more pockets, so I'm just going to write more pockets here. Okay. Then I'm going to go down to my next one, and it says more pockets and add a design. So there's actually 2 different categories or suggestions I'm being given. Okay, I already have more pockets, but add design is a new one. So add a design, I don't really need to say that. I could just say add design. Okay, and notice I capitalized both letters. I look over here and I didn't. So I'm going to go back up, and I can double click to get in here and type, or I can click in it and it shows up here, and I could edit it up in this box as well. So now I'm going to go down to the third one. It says I would add a few more features like a phone Velcro pouch. Okay, so this to me sounds like 2 different things. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to say phone pocket, because that's short and sweet. And then Velcro pouch, I'm going to add Velcro pocket. Velcro pocket. Okay, and then next, color of the belt. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. That's a new suggestion. So I'm going to write belt color. Okay, and oh, I noticed I didn't capitalize, so I'm going to go back. Okay, and then let me go back to where I was. Okay, so now this one, whoa, look at all these different ones. So different size. Ooh, that's not really specific, so I don't know if that means the pockets or the actual size of the apron, but I'm going to say apron size. I'm going to guess that they meant apron size. Okay, so that's the first thing. Color. Again, I'm going to say that's the color of the apron, so I'm going to say color. And then add a design I've already got. Belt material. Okay. So now that I got this, I'm thinking belt material and color of belt. Could these 2 go together? I'm going to come back and think about that in a minute. Okay, so separate pockets so that all items are organized and neat. Okay, so separate pockets. And then zipper so that they won't fall out. So I'm going to say, I'm going to come up and change this. Instead of pockets, I'm going to say Velcro/zipper. Okay, and then more pockets. Got that. I won't change it because it's good. Okay, good. So this one I'm not going to add. No change, I'm not going to add. If I'm ultimately going to make a bar graph of this, so if I was making a pie chart, I would have to have every single response because it's out of 100%. So I would have a no change, but since I don't need to, that's okay. Color of the belt, okay, excellent. I got that already. Specific color you would want, okay, so I just say color. Maybe I need to say, if I have color belt, maybe color apron color here. And then longer pockets. So do I have pocket size? Nope. I'm going to say deeper pocket. Deeper. I think I am. Deeper pocket. Okay, now that's a lot of different categories. So I want to look and see if there's any I can combine. So more pockets, add design, phone pockets. I don't need pockets, do I? So I'm going to change that. Okay, and make sure my spelling and things are correct. So Velcro, zipper, belt color, apron size, apron color, belt material, separate pockets, deeper pockets. So I wonder if I can say add or change this to belt color and material and get rid of one category. Belt colors, maybe I'll do slash material to make it as short as I can. I want these to be as short as I can because it's going to be hard to fit all these on a pie chart. Now, since I did that, I can go over here and just delete this column. I'm going to click I and just right click, delete column. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different options. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and I'm going to place a 1 every time I see this. So more pockets, I'm going to click 1. So that's done. This one's more pockets and add a design. So I'm going to put a 1 here. I would add a few more features like a phone pouch. So here's the phone. Color of the belt. Make sure I'm in the right one here. Now this one's got 4 I got to get in there. So different size. Where did I have that? Did I have, maybe I didn't have, no, yeah, here's apron size. Okay, color. And notice I'm still in the same one. Color, just 1. Belt material and adding a design. So I just want to double check 1, 2, 3, 4 and add a design, belt color, apron size, apron color. So I've got all those. Separate pockets so all items are organized. So separate pockets. Zipper. Okay, and then more pockets. I won't change it because it is now good. So I said I wasn't going to put anything, so nothing will be in that column. Color of belt. Make sure I skip a line. I'm in the wrong one, so I'm going to go down. And then I'm just going to scroll across, make sure I got that right. Specific color you would want. Do I have apron color? Okay, and then pockets longer. So deeper pocket. Okay, so now I've got everything. I've got a tally mark or a 1 each time a feature appears. So now what I want to do is go down and see which I want to tally them or add them up to see which ones are most popular. So I'm going to use a formula. Anytime I use a formula, I'm going to start with an equal sign. Then I'm going to go up and tell it, I'm going to start to type sum. Okay, and there sum comes up, so I'm going to click that. Now I need to tell it where I want it to sum. So I'm going to go up to the very top, and I'm going to click my first row. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Shift, and I'm going to come down to my last row. And then I'm going to close my formula with a parentheses and hit Return or Enter. Okay, and now it's summed that for me. So now once I get 1 completed, I can take and if I've clicked into the box, then I should have this little guy here and I can take and drag it across. And I went a little too far. And then what I like to do is just double check that. Okay, yep. All right, so now when I look across, I can start to see a trend. So more pockets and belt color and material are the most popular options. And then color of the apron as well. Okay, all the other features appear once. So now what I need to do is I'm going to create a bar chart of this information. So I want to create a more simple table down below. And what I'm going to do is go through and I'm going to select my suggestions and I'm going to copy them. So Control C and click below. And then now I need to get my totals. So I'm going to go ahead and select these. This time I'm going to go Control C again. But when I go to paste, I'm going to have to paste special because I don't want my formulas because my graph won't know what to do with my formulas. So I click right below my first suggestion and I'm going to go up to Edit, Paste, Special, and Paste Values Only. That means just the numbers. So now let's look at what that does. So here it shows me my formula. Here it's just a number. Okay. So then next I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. So I'm just looking at my table. Okay. When I get ready to make a table, I have to tell it what data I want it to make the table with. So I need to select all of my suggestions and all of my numbers. Nothing more, nothing less. And then I'm going to go up to Insert, Chart. And now it should know what kind of chart I want it to make. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to just go find a bar chart. And then I'm going to select Insert. So now I have my chart. And so I can go down. It's not where I want it to be. So I'm going to go down and pull it down a little bit and then scroll down. So I'm just looking at my chart. Now, if I click on the chart, I get this little arrow in the corner. And this is where I can go into Advanced Edit and change anything I need to. So a title. So these were changes or suggestions. So I'm going to write prototype, make sure I spell it right, prototype suggestions / changes. Okay, so there's my title. Now I don't need a legend. Okay, you only need a legend when you don't know what your data is, but we've got these labels down below here, so that's just fine. So I'm going to change this to none. Okay, and it gets rid of this little annoying legend over there. Then I'm going to scroll down. Okay, and right now it says axis horizontal, so I'm going to name this axis. And this is our suggestions or changes, so I'm going to say suggestions or changes. Okay, and then now I want to label this axis. So I'm going to go into left vertical. Okay, and I'm going to label this number of responses. And so now I've got a title, I've got a label for both axes. So now if I want to, I can go and I can change my color. Okay, and when you're changing color, don't change the background, okay, because what's going to happen is when we put these on our poster, we're going to have too many competing colors. So don't change the background, leave it plain white. But if you want to change the bars, go ahead and change those. Okay. So then I'm going to hit Update. And if I can make it a little bit bigger if I like. And that's it. I'm done. I've now analyzed and I can see very clearly visually that more pockets and belt color and material come together. And actually now, you know what, now that I see this, I think when I look phone pocket and more pockets, I think those two should actually be combined. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to add for phone pocket here. I'm going to change that to over here. And then when I do that, it changes this to 4. Okay, and then I'm going to delete this column. Okay, and I'm going to go down, and so now I have fewer, and I'm going to go down here and, okay, it made that change because I put it in the same place. Okay, be careful if you don't have more pockets and then more pocket underneath, you could delete the wrong set of data. So now if I go down here, it should have adjusted for me, and I got more pockets, add design, Velcro. Good, it got rid of it. Okay, so now I see that belt color material doesn't show properly, and neither does separate pockets. So I'm going to go back up here and see, is there some way I can make those shorter? Separate pocket. I don't know that I can really do that, so I'm going to leave it as is. All right, and one thing I noticed, now that I've got results, features bar, and add, let's go ahead and rename this and say bar next to it too, so that we're clear on what kind of graph that we made. And that's it. So we're ready to move on to analyzing our next piece of data.